Hello, welcome to FightCore USA.
So, what do you think? Who takes this one home? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe, because here at Fight Hype, we bring you the best the combat sports world has to offer. Inside the legendary Madison Square Garden in New York City. It is a classic and often heated rivalry between two fighters from two different but equally proud boxing hotbeds. The pride of Philly versus the pride of the Motor City. The pride of their respective cities is on the line in this intense matchup. But these two warriors have something else to fight for as well. A matter of personal pride. They both want to be known as the best, not only among their peers, but also among their own family members. Both men know that their fathers would have beaten the other's father without question. So who will step up and live up to their family names? This is a fight with a built-in regional rivalry. If there were tickets left for this one, they wouldn't be for sale for long. In the weeks leading up to this fight,
the trash talk was flying back and forth, and the crowd noise reached a fever pitch whenever either man appeared in public.
these guys hate each other. Their hatred for one another transcends any difference in race, religion, or sexual preference. This is strictly business and nothing personal. Right? Wrong. This is personal. The animosity between them is so palpable you can cut it with a knife. They want to hurt each other very badly. And when the opening bell rings, they go after each other in a fury. The loser walks away with nothing but pride, while the winner takes home the championship belt and the bragging rights for his city. This is the type of fight that's made the big fights worth it. Nothing like walking into an arena and hearing your national anthem being played before you even walk through the door. When these two fighters stepped into the ring, the crowd roared its approval. You could feel the electricity in the air. There was no sense of occasion. This was one event where everyone put rivalries aside and united for a common cause. The outcome of this match mattered little. What mattered most was the shared experience of being part of something bigger than themselves. Together they created an unforgettable night that neither man would soon forget. Some matches are more than just a sporting event. Some matches take us back to why we fell in love with this sport in the first place. The crowd is on its feet, cheering wildly as their hero makes his way to the ring. He waves to the crowd, soaking in the adulation.
His face is lit up with a wide smile.
He looks like a kid in a candy store. The crowd chants his name over and over again. He's their champion, their hero. He's the one who's going to lead them to victory. But he's not alone. In the other corner stands his equally beloved opponent. He too has his own legion of fans. He too has his own story to tell. He too has his own dreams to pursue. As the two fighters meet in the middle of the ring, the crowd noise reaches a crescendo. It's electric, loud, and unforgettable. The referee raises his arms to signal the start of the fight. The bell rings and the crowd goes wild. The atmosphere inside the arena is electric, charged with anticipation and excitement. The two fighters circled each other cautiously, sizing up their opponent. The crowd is on its feet, roaring their approval at every move. The tension is palpable as the two fighters exchange punches. The crowd gasps and cheers as the fighters trade blows. The bell rings to end the round and the crowd erupts. The energy inside the arena is electric as the two fighters come out for the second round. The bell rings and the crowd goes wild. The atmosphere inside the arena is electric. But this is more than just a boxing match. It's a clash of cultures, a battle of wills, and a war of attrition. The two fighters are evenly matched and the fight goes the distance. The crowd is on its feet, cheering wildly for their favorite fighter. The tension is palpable as the two fighters go toe to toe. The bell rings to end the fight and the crowd erupts. The atmosphere inside the arena is electric as the two fighters are announced as the winner. The crowd goes wild. The atmosphere inside the arena is electric. The two fighters stand on the podium. The winner holding the championship belt high above his head. The crowd cheers loudly for their hero. The loser stands with his head held high, accepting defeat gracefully. The crowd applauds his valiant effort. There is a deep-seated hatred between these two fighters that goes back years. It all started when they were young fighters looking to make a name for themselves in the boxing world. They met for the first time in the ring, and the animosity was immediate. Now, years later, they find themselves in the main event of a major pay-per-view card. The crowd is on its feet, roaring their approval as the two fighters enter the ring. The atmosphere is electric with anticipation and excitement as the two fighters circle each other. The crowd watches intently. Suddenly, there's a flash of leather, and the crowd gasps. One fighter has landed a solid punch, and the other is down. The crowd erupts as the fight continues. The two fighters are evenly matched, and the fight goes the distance. The crowd is on its feet, cheering wildly for their favorite fighter. Finally, the bell rings, and the decision is announced. One fighter is the winner and the crowd goes wild. The loser walks away in defeat, with his head held high. The winner stands tall, holding the championship belt high above his head as the crowd cheers. The atmosphere inside the arena is electric. The two fighters stand on a podium, the winner holding the championship belt high above his head. The crowd cheers loudly for their hero. The loser stands with his head held high, accepting defeats gracefully. The crowd applauds his valiant effort. They say that behind every great man is a good woman supporting him. Well, in this case, there are two great men and two great women behind them. The wives of these two fighters have always been supportive of their husbands. And tonight they reel in the crowd rooting them on. But it's not just about supporting their husbands. It's also about being a part of something bigger than themselves. It's about being a part of the community, being a part of the legacy. These women are more than just wives. They're ambassadors of their city, their states, and their country. They represent the best of what their communities have to offer. Strength, resilience, and determination. They're the backbone of their families and their communities. They're the ones who pick up the pieces when their husbands are injured or exhausted. They're the ones who provide the emotional support when the going gets tough. But they're also the ones who celebrate the victories alongside their husbands. They're the ones who stand by their man through thick and thick. They're the ones who make the ultimate sacrifice, knowing that their husband's dedication to his craft may mean that he is away from home for months at a time. They're the ones who keep the family together, making sure that the home fires are kept burning brightly in their husband's absence as the crowd cheers. The music blares. The wives of these two fighters stand side by side, united in their support for their husbands and for each other. They may be rivals in the ring, but outside of it, they're friends and allies. They're a reminder that behind every great man is a great woman. What's the deal with the whole Rocky theme? Why does this city have such a thing with Rocky? Well, it all started with one movie back in 1976. The film was set in Philadelphia and told the story of Rocky Balboa, a small-time boxer who gets a shot at the heavyweight championship. The movie was a huge hit, and Philadelphia instantly embraced Rocky as one of their own. After all, the film was set in the city of brotherly love. So, it only made sense that the city's fighters adopted the Italian stallion as their own. Plus, Rocky was the underdog in his fight against Apollo Creed. And the people of Philadelphia love an underdog story. The film also helped to put Philadelphia on the map as a boxing town. Suddenly, everyone knew about the city of brotherly love and its love affair with boxing. In the years since the first Rocky movie came out, Philadelphia has produced some of the greatest boxers of all time. And if you ask any of them, they'll tell you that Rocky inspired them to get in the ring. So the next time you see a movie, remember that sometimes the greatest stories are the ones based on real life. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be able to call your city the home of a real-life Rocky.
Okay guys, thank you for watching my videos.